When you say high school, I automatically get really tense.
School is in a sense scarring.
I feel like it's pointless.
We're still children, and yet we still have such big responsibilities.
When I think high school, I think irritation.
Between the first month or 2 months of high school, everything crumbled with me and my mom. I no longer live with her, and my dad's getting custody of me. I'm trying to adjust with how my dad is going to help raise me for the rest of high school.
There's been a lot of, things like bullying. I've actually been told that I'm the dumb kid in the smart classes.
One of the most difficult aspects right now is trying to balance sports and school.
I switched over to a bigger school this year, and there's just a lot more people, and it was a hard change to get used to it.
At one point, I felt like I was drowning.
My mom is disabled. She has spina bifida, and so I've become her primary caregiver when my dad is not around, which a lot of people my age don't have to deal with. And so I think that is probably my most difficult part of my life right now is, coming to terms with the fact that things aren't going to get better and this is how it is forever.
I had just turned 14. They had diagnosed me with this autoimmune disorder, and it affects your vision and it makes you go blind. And so my whole entire summer, I just stayed in my room, and then I went to doctor's appointments. I wasn't very happy, and I went to art. I still try to put my most effort into it, and I still try to pursue it when I can. There's still a part of me that still is sad about it, but I know that it's something I always struggle with, and I hope it doesn't affect my artwork in the future. But as an artist, to know that I could possibly lose my vision.
One of my biggest fears is probably not becoming successful and living up to the best of my ability. What really gets in my head is just thinking about, am I going to let my mother down? Right around when I was 12, I started getting more motivated about baseball because that was the last sport that my mom ever seen me play before she passed away. I don't ever want to disappoint her.
Comparing myself to others is unfortunately a big thing. Feeling like I'm going to disappoint someone because I myself feel like I won't be able to do as well as someone else could. I think, just anything I do, really, there's always that fear of what if I disappoint?
I love to write because it helps me express myself when I thought I lost my voice. When you take someone's passion in their own words, the beautiful thing about it is everyone can express it differently. Everyone has their own words. So whatever they're dealing with, they can take it out in their own way, and the outcome, no matter what it is, I believe it's I like to say beautiful.
I love sports because that's something I could do to help me relax and relieve some stress.
I choreograph. It's sort of my way of expressing myself and how I feel and putting my emotions into it, and it really just kind of takes the weight off my shoulders in a way. I escape.
For me, the future doesn't scare me, and that's because I know what I want to do. And so when I think of the future, I get excited instead of stressed because I just want to get to it faster.
I'm not worried about other people's judgment. I feel like the highest judgment comes from within.
I'm not the words that people call me. I'm not what people say. I'm who I am. I'm me.
Just realize that stressing over this isn't going to help anything. It'll most likely hurt everything. because if I focus on what's happened in the past, I won't be able to achieve what's to come in the future.